Well, it's a 350-acre site on which we have 3 conference and training centres, 406 hotel bedrooms, and the building we're in now, Wide Boston Lakes Hotel, is a 3-star hotel as well as being a conference centre, and has a rosette restaurant. I started in April '99, having been in the Navy prior to that for 34 years. I started at what was then the building site, which was to become Robinson Executive Centre. The business was then owned by Robinson College in Cambridge, so I ran Robinson as the general manager for 5 years, and then the college decided to shed itself with the investment, so Wide Boston Lakes bought the business which I was running, and I came along with it, moved across to Wide Boston Lakes as the operations director. I try to keep people enjoying life and doing things which are slightly different. So, for example, I take a coachload of people every year to the Army-Navy rugby match at Twickenham. Every year we take a dozen or so people on a long-distance walk, normally sort of 5 or 6 days, 90, 100 miles. That raises money for local charity. And we try as well to do slightly out of the ordinary things. We play rounders a couple of times during the year, and we go do some water sports and so on, just to keep people's activities slightly out of the ordinary. Yes, I think it's very useful that we're a family-owned company, and there is a real family feel to the business. Everybody feels as if they're part of one big happy family. Happy most of the times, anyway. Yes, I've been quite closely involved with Conference Centres of Excellence for nearly 8 years now as the treasurer and a board member, and I also organise member benefits. So the key thing there is organising study tours a couple of times a year, taking a coachload of people from all the member venues within CCE and visiting other venues around the UK so that they can see how different venues do their business. I'm also, for several years, I've been the treasurer for the UK chapter of IAC, the International Association of Conference Centres, and I'm currently holding the European funds for that as well until a European bank account is opened soon, I hope. In a purely selfish way, it allows me to go to any member of CCE, which the board does on a rolling system anyway. We have board meetings in different member venues all the time, so it allows me to see personally how other people do their job, pick up good ideas and think, maybe I wouldn't do it that way. I think building a big strong team is one significant achievement. Another was, I think, when we opened Robinson, we set off to have a USP of the best food in the conference sector, and I think that's something we've maintained. We've always had, first of all, for Robinson, a reputation for good food, and that's spread now to the whole of the Wide Boston Lakes site. And I'm not talking about gourmet food all the time, but good quality food, well cooked and well presented, without being over expensive. That, I think, has helped our reputation enormously. And customer service is the key. Flexibility in customer service is what we've always prided ourselves on. Although to me it was it was a very big change, obviously coming from the Navy to an industry about which I knew very little, but I've stuck at it for 13 years, tried very hard to get our corporate level of service up to the highest standards, and I think we've achieved that consistently now for several years. We've had some very good reports from the Hospitality Assured system, very high scoring marks, and I think it's a recognition that we, as a business, which I happen to be heading at the moment, have got it right. It's people. I like people, both the people that work with me and for me and the people that we serve, and the key thing for me is seeing happy people around, happy and satisfied people. And if I can achieve that at the end of each day, then I go home happy.